Hello friends! Recently, me and Dr. Teaspoon released the Boosted Survivors onto Steam. And the game has been pretty successful, people have really enjoyed it. So we went and we made a big update for it. And today I want to show you what that update is, what's in there, and encourage you to check out Boosted Survivors. There's a link in the description. It's 99 cents. It's a very cheap game. It will give you a couple of hours of fun, but we're gonna have a look at everything anyways. First of all, let me go and enable the music though. I had it turned off, but of course, we gotta make sure we have the music. So, what's in this patch? Well, we've got a bunch of updates, so you can see that the leaderboards have been reset over on the right side. That's because we've changed how the scoring works a little bit, and we have kind of like adjusted a couple of things here and there that will make it so that people will generally get higher scores. And because of that, we've gone and immortalized our season 1, I guess, leaderboard here. You can see all of the people that had some absolutely incredible scores, like crazy stuff, 4 million. We never thought that was even going to be remotely possible. But we also added a handful of new things. So first of all, we added these two things. These are Unarmed and Talentless. Unarmed and Talentless are not real upgrades. These are very much meant to be terrible. They do nothing. They are awful. And they are not salvageable. They do not have any upgrades. I am not trying to hide some secret right now. These are shit. So what's the point of these? Well, one of the problems we had before is that, let's say I want to play Sword and Lightning Storm, but I'm leaning into Lightning Storm, but Sword is better. Then the Sword and Lightning Storm leaderboard will always be dominated by people using Sword. Does that kind of make sense, right? It will always, since the leaderboards are always a combination of two things, they will be dominated by the stronger of the two. So now, if you want to do a build that only uses Lightning Storm, you can do Unarmed Lightning Storm, because your weapon isn't gonna be useful. So Lightning Storm is gonna be the thing that actually carries the run. And that's the idea of these. So Unarmed and Talentless are here to offer an option to make it so that you can do runs relying entirely on your weapon, relying entirely on your spell with nothing else in there. Does that make sense? And of course, if you want to torture yourself and play Unarmed Talentless, you can, you may. You probably shouldn't, but you could if you really wanted to. Then we added another new spell, and that is Summon Viggy, which is just a little guy you can summon. We also added a bunch of other upgrades that use summons. We're gonna be playing a run with this in a moment. And then there's also another spell, which is the Firewall, which summons a little wall of flame. We previously didn't have a base spell that used fire, and this is that base spell. Then down here is a new difficulty selection. So you can come in here, you can see difficulty is currently at 1. You can increase that. You can increase it quite a bit. You can increase it, frankly, just like really far. Like really far. The difficulty, all it does is it takes all of the stats except for movement speed of the enemies, and it multiplies them. So they just get huge. Now at 4,181 times the difficulty, enemies will have 4,181 times the health. So it will take quite a while to kill them. But they will also give an appropriate amount of score. Now, we don't expect that anybody will actually beat the game at 4,000 times the difficulty. This is mostly just a joke. But we have these lower difficulties here, and we have a bit of a range of difficulties here, which will also work towards the high score, right? So before, the high score was mostly determined by speed, how quickly can you beat the game, and now with these right here also multiplying the score, maybe you are willing to concede some speed when clearing the game in favor of playing on a higher difficulty to get more points. Isn't that kind of an interesting decision to make? So that's the idea of this. All right, let's go ahead and just play a little run. We're gonna pick Viggy because I like Viggy. And we're gonna go ahead and pick the hammer because I'm hoping I can get a really fun upgrade for the hammer that I want to show off a little bit. Let's summon our little guy. So that's Viggy. Viggy just kind of like wiggles around a little bit and fights things for us. He's just a little guy. You can see he hits things. We can upgrade Viggy to make Viggy more powerful, which of course we should do because otherwise Viggy is not very powerful. And we can summon more of these. Now, they do die. They can be killed. In fact, they die pretty easily unless you upgrade them so that they don't die easily. But, you know, that's the whole point of the game. And, of course, Viggy has a bunch of upgrades. We can get different kinds of Viggys. Ooh, let's get some extra charges, so now I can summon 3 of these. What if we reduce Viggy's HP to 0? Well, my immediate guess would be that Viggy dies, but I gotta be honest with you, haven't tested it. You can try it out if you want to. My general philosophy if it comes to balancing this stuff is I balance the things that are supposed to be good, and I leave the shit up to you to discover. If something is awful and doesn't work properly because you downgraded it into some horrible direction, then that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Anyways, so let's go ahead and just kind of like go through some of these upgrades. So we've got a little swarm of guys there. A swarm of dudes that are just attacking the boss. Unfortunately, Viggy usually gets absolutely murdered by the boss. So that's kind of sad. Everybody push put F in chat for Viggy. All of our Viggys that have now died. But that's okay. We've cleared the boss. And oh man. Okay, let's re-roll this. Nice. Okay. So we can go for Fox Eye or we can go for the Bat. If we get the Bat, we get a flying Viggy that is just kind of generally stronger. Or we can get Fox Eye, which makes Viggy ranged. Do you guys want the ranged Viggy or do you want the flying Viggy? I think we should go with the flying one. Oh, well, you guys want the ranged one. All right, okay, let's go. Let's go for the ranged one then. So, give some attack speed, give some armor, and we summon some of these. Now, the ranged Viggy is not only ranged, but actually fires specifically Magic Missile, the Magic Missile spell, which means there are Magic Missile spell upgrades that are available for the Magic Missile spell that can also be used for the Viggys, not at the same time. Well, if I upgrade the Viggy, that doesn't mean that it upgrades the Magic Missile. Maybe that's something we should do. Now that I think about it, it sounds kind of fun. But setting that aside, I'm just telling you that this Viggy has a bunch of additional upgrades. We can make these attacks actually be quite powerful. But yeah, he's just sitting in the back shooting at things. And honestly, ranged Viggy, pretty strong. Pretty strong. Because you can see we're just kind of firing attacks non-stop at nearby enemies. We can get more attack speed. That seems good. I don't really care that much about movement speed on the Viggy right now. Alright. And I just keep summoning them. They will keep clearing the enemies for us. They just kind of sit over there. But yeah, there's, I think, 4 different kinds of summons. Oh, this is a new thing right here. You see this? This right here will appear once per wave. And if you pick it up, you get 50,000 scores. Like 50,000 score. Just 6 different upgrades. Oh man, we have a lot of Viggy upgrades. We like Viggy, he's fun. Yeah, so you get 50,000 score if you pick that up. Just flat 50,000. And it appears once per map. So, not on the first map, but on every map afterwards. And you just kind of want to pick that up to optimize your score. Okay. Just go ahead in there. Oh no, we have 5 different summons. Yes. Okay. That's how I had it in mind too. Alright, so we've got ourselves a little bit of an army. Right now, they are very strong. So we can just rely on these to carry us for a bit. Easy peasy, no problem. There was one bug that existed. Oh. Apologies. There was one bug that existed. Ooh, we can increase the size of this. Now they have a larger projectile. That made it so that units got stuck on top of each other And it was really difficult to kind of like stop that from happening. We tried to fix it. We didn't fully. It's kind of a difficult one. So it can still happen. In fact, you can trigger it like this if you really want to. Wait. There we go. So yeah, I got this guy stuck to myself for a little bit. However, you may notice, while we haven't fully fixed it, we have significantly improved it. So when it happens, first of all, it should happen for a much, much shorter period of time. And also, now when it happens, you can dash out of it. Before, you wouldn't be able to dash out of it. Now, if a unit, including an enemy, gets stuck on top of you, you can just dash and it will unstick it. So that problem should hopefully be alleviated in a significant way. Okay. It's the maximum amount of Viggy. There's no maximum amount of anything. This is boosted survivors. The whole point of the game is to break it. So no, there's no maximum amount of Viggy. But right now, Viggy is very powerful. So it's not too surprising that we have a bunch of these stacked up. But as we get into the later rounds, ranged enemies become more and more common. And as ranged enemies become more common, Viggy becomes weaker. Oh, another thing I did for you all is I went and I made these bigger. Oh no, I just took some damage. Okay, but the pickups, their collection radius is much larger now. So it feels a lot more natural to pick them up. Alright, boss time. Thinking it was horrible before. I know, it wasn't great. That's why I fixed it. Okay. Go beat him up, Viggy. There's also a new feature regarding knockback. So now when you knock an enemy into the corner of the map, they will take damage. And the damage scales with your knockback. This is just an inherent mechanic of the game. You don't have to get a legendary or anything for it. This is just something that happens. So you can just kind of like use it that way. Ooh, we can give Viggy lightning. Let's go. Lightning Viggy. Alright. Oh, I'm gonna regret this, aren't I? Okay, we need to be kind of careful. This is another new feature. Previously, you couldn't infuse spells with lightnings. Now, you can. And yes, that does mean lightning rain is a possibility. And yes, that is as scary as it sounds. On the note of rain, we went and we removed the perma-stunning rain build. It just kind of would have made the higher difficulties a bit trivial, so we decided to get rid of it. So let's pick this up. Yes, 50,000 score. Pick this up. Gotta make sure you pick those up. Increase the lightning chance. But keep in mind with those score drops, while it's random when they appear, it is not random how many. It is every run will have the exact same amount of those pickups. So as long as you gather them as they show up, you can maximize your score. But you do want to actually pick up all of them, because otherwise your score will be limited. Alright, lightning chance. Do we get regular damage or do we get lightning damage? I think we're going for lightning damage. Oh no, oh no, oh god, I'm gonna hide in my Viggies. I'm hidden. Nobody can hurt me. I am part of the swarm. I'm just in here, hanging out. Coward? No, that's what they are for. I don't have any survivability. The Viggies can't die and it's fine. If I die, it's game over. I'm gonna go back inside. Go back and hide in my little crowd of Viggies. Alright, summon a bunch more. Yes. Now, how the summons play varies a lot based on which upgrade you go for. So we went for the ranged upgrade. And the ranged upgrade allows you to do this. You can just kind of hide inside of them while they kill everything for you. Well, for as long as that's possible at the very least. Again, eventually they do kind of fall off if we don't manage to get some good upgrades going. Although admittedly, we've been pretty lucky in that regard. Alright, where am I? I'm hidden in them? Yes, I'm in the middle. Very good. But there are also melee upgrades like the bat. And you can't really hide in those because they are constantly chasing enemies around. My favorite upgrade is the giant mouse, which is just a giant mouse. Alright, lightning radius. Okay, so far we're still doing good. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the waves are also going by a little bit quicker. That's because I have increased the frequency at which the waves spawn in by 100%. So what I mean with that is not that there are stronger waves now. The waves are exactly as powerful as they were before, but the difference is that when you kill an enemy, or when you kill an enemy in Boosted Survivors, there's a small delay before the next enemy can spawn in. And enemies can only spawn in one at a time. They don't spawn in all at once. It's just how it works, and that's fine. But before there was a delay of 0.1 seconds between each enemy, and now there's a delay of 0.05 seconds. So enemies spawn in twice as quickly as they did before, which means that once you reach the power level where you're just kind of nuking enemies out and nuking enemies down really, really quickly and really efficiently, you don't have to wait as long. The waves go past much, much quicker. Okay, we've murdered that guy. Get absolutely wrecked. Alright. I mean, honestly, the Viggies are just giga chads, but so far, the Viggies are still gonna be able to handle things. Next map is where it gets a bit trickier. Piercing projectile? Let's fucking go. Also, there's a new hero here. I'm gonna leave that one up to you to figure out what he does, though. And then lightning damage. Yes, thank you. Alright then. So this map is a lot more difficult for the Viggies because there's more ranged units. But the piercing projectile is brutal. Let's go. Alright, increase the pierce. Again, we don't actually need to increase the damage of the Viggies because they're entirely centered around the lightning damage that we're dealing. Yeah, you can also get a multi-projectile on these. Hey, they're strong. So, I want to be clear here. While I'm kind of presenting the Viggies as having some sort of weakness, and they do have weaknesses, I very much took care that you can't beat the game with the Viggies. Like, I didn't want to implement summons that then fall off and you can't really actually win a run with these. Oh, you can win a run with these, 100%. Also, I don't know if you noticed, there's a new enemy type. It fires these little flaming fireballs that burn on the ground for a little while. Although, admittedly, we don't get to see too much of them because our Viggies are completely annihilating everything. Let's go! This is so sick! Okay, we gotta make sure that our hero is tanky though. We need to make sure that we can kind of like survive a little bit. And you can see that the Viggies are actually kind of taking some hits here and there. We need to be aware of that. Alright, lightning radius. Since we're currently only summoning 4 per wave, and if any die, you know, they're dead. If you kill the Viggy is dead. Let's get armor for ourselves. That's good. Just completely annihilate those guys. And this wave is done as well. So I don't know how obvious it is to you, but to me, I think it's very clear that we are clearing waves a lot quicker. And I think that's really nice, right? When you have strong builds, you can now go through the game at basically twice the speed. Oh, armor for the Viggies. Okay, alright, boss time. There's the Slugger. Oh, Slugger is dead. Alright. Well, we made it through this map without a single problem. That's crazy. And this is the main scaling of the Viggies. Any summon can get this upgrade, and that is the Summon Boost. And what this does is it just doubles the stats of your summons as they exist right now. It doesn't do anything after the pickup. You can just pick it up and then it immediately happens, but then they become twice as powerful. Let's get Lightning Chance. And that's kind of what enables the Viggies to do stuff. Oh my god. Okay. You can also get the summon boost multiple times. But that's something I think we will only need for higher difficulties. I'm gonna re-roll this. Yes, more piercing, that seems good. More attack speed. And completely annihilated everybody. Wait, nope, I took damage. Oh shit, I am taking damage from the snipers. Okay, okay, okay. Am I hidden? No, I'm not hidden. I'm not hidden. I'm not hidden. Okay, okay, we're good. We're good. We're fine. We're alive. We're alive. We're alive. I need to hide in the Viggies. This is where I'm safe. I'm not safe anywhere else. Because on this map, there are lots of snipers, and the snipers come in and just kind of take you down really quickly. The snipers also have a new attack projectile, by the way. And that new attack projectile works in kind of a funny way. There it starts out slow and it speeds up as it goes across. So you need to be careful where it's going. Alright, increase the lightning chance. Hey, this is an appropriate amount of FPS. I don't know what you guys are saying. Honestly, I think it's running pretty well. No? This is part of the fun, my friends. We let you break the game. So sometimes that means you push the limits. Ooh, we gotta be really careful. We gotta be really careful. More attack speed here. More armor for our hero. Again, as long as we can survive, we're good. We summon a couple more guys. Reroll, lightning chance. And we're going to the next boss already. Very good. Increase our charges. Increase our lightning chance. Next boss. Should be dead, honestly. I think we got it. Very nice. Lightning chance is over 100%. Can it trigger twice? Yes. Of course. Oh no. Oh, we got Force Hammer. We're picking Force Hammer. That's what I actually wanted to show you as well. Alright, okay. So Force Hammer gives you this little DVD logo field. Oh man, you can't see it because of all the Viggies. But it's super sick. So there's this little DVD logo that bounces around the map. And if you overlap your attack with it, you trigger lightning. And you hit every unit that is inside of the field. Or like every unit that you hit with your attack and that is inside of the field gets hit by lightning. And it's really, really sick in that way. It's a really, really fun weapon to use. I think it's fantastic. It has a cool upgrade where you can make it bigger. You make the radius bigger and bigger and bigger. And eventually you can just like summon lightning everywhere. Just become a god of thunder. You may also notice I'm actually upgrading the knockback now. Because again, keep in mind, if you knock enemies into the corner of the map now, you deal damage. Okay. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Where am I? I'm down here. Okay, I need to position myself in the center of this. I need to be careful. I need to be careful. Good. Let's upgrade our health a little bit. Stay in the center, stay in the center. Because so far our opponents are actually not really doing damage to the Viggies, so we're doing good in that way. Very good. Increase the lightning radius. Reroll this. Get ourselves more health. But yeah, if you get the chance to try out the DVD logo Force Hammer, I think it is one of the most fun weapons in the game. It is so cool. Actually, every single one of our weapons has a new legendary now. Like, we just added a new legendary for all of them. So there's a bunch of new things to try out there. And there's some pretty cool ones, honestly. I don't want to spoil too much, so I think we'll leave it at that. But there's some really fun ones that I quite enjoy. I wanted to show off the Force Hammer a little bit, because I think the idea of having the little DVD logo is just hilarious. But yeah. Okay. Alright. Ooh. Oh no. So this is also a new thing. We can split our attacks when they connect. Or do you guys want multi-projectiles? Summon multiples of them. Let's get the split, because that's the new thing. Oh dear. Goodbye, frames per second. I don't care how many frames per second I have. How many do I need? Is this not enough? I feel like you guys are just being way too picky about your whole frames thing. I don't need that. I don't need no frames. It's also not that bad now, is it? Look, are you really playing boosted if you aren't pushing the limits of your computer? Alright, boss time. Oh, I need to be careful. They've got a ranged attack. Nice. It's all good. It's all good. Oh, vampirism is really fun. Because of course we lifesteal for all of our Viggies. Lifesteal. More lifesteal. Oh man. I died? I'm in the bog? No! I walked into the swamp. Oh man. I was standing in the bog for the whole upgrade screen. Yes. No, that's on me. You shouldn't stand in the bog. Oh man. Hey. But that's just my mistake. You shouldn't do that. You don't die in the upgrade screen. But standing in the bog, of course, still accumulates stacks. Well, anyways. Since I'm sure you guys are curious, let's have a quick little look at Unarmed and Talentless. So, Unarmed and Talentless looks like this. Let's cast our wonderful spell. Yep. Yep, sure. Go get him! Oh, I missed. Yeah, no, that... Come on! Nope, that missed again. Hey, we hit him! Very nice, very nice. And let's go, 1 damage. So it might take a little while to clear the first wave of this. Again, I'm not telling you you should be doing this. In fact, I'm telling you you shouldn't be doing this. You should not. This is not the intended experience. But if you want to do it, then I guess go ahead. It might just take a long while. Bonus points for whoever manages to beat Wave 1 with Unarmed Talentless on difficulty 4181. Yeah. But to be honest, like difficulty 5 is... Oh, no, no, no! But difficulty 5 is like totally on the table. If you have a look at this here, of course the enemies are way more difficult now, right? They have 5 times the HP, 5 times the damage. But you can see like it is doable. Sure, it takes 5 hits to kill them, but... I mean, we can do that. So is it worth to play on this difficulty to get the highest score? I mean, that's up to you. That's up to you. Anyways. Friends, that's our Boosted Survivors update. The game, as always, is available on Steam, 99 cents. So link down in the description if you want to give it a try. I would definitely appreciate it. There's some fun new summon builds that allow you to do very silly things. There was a bunch of fun new weapons that allow you to do some very silly things. And I think you would have some... You would get some enjoyment out of it. I mean, honestly, the average playtime for this game, and I am not joking here. Wait, I'm gonna look this up, so I'm not telling you any bullshit, okay? So I want to be clear here that I'm like, this game, people get a little into it if they actually give it a chance. Because the average playtime for Boosted Survivors is 7 hours and 54 minutes for 99 cents. So you know, there's some value there. Anyway, give it a try. I'll see you guys tomorrow.